Record. Welcome, welcome, everybody. Hope everybody is well. Sorry, got more people joining. Tuesday, 8:02. So let's make sure we have a good day today. That's what it's all about. So, let's have a look at this morning. Obviously, briefly, I went through it in the channel yesterday. What happened yesterday? Why did dollar absolutely tank? I mean, it was on a 5 minute candle. Look at this candle here. Thank you, Donald Trump. He's been accused actually of market manipulation, which is quite true. It's very true. Look at this gold position here. Lots of people caught out yesterday. Oil. Let's have a look at oil. Market manipulation, crashing the price of oil. So he is being accused. Iran saying that there's no such talks. But obviously, yeah, look at that. It's just crazy. So yeah, we're obviously gonna have to wait and see what happens. But you can see the kind of craziness of it. If we look at this candle here, I think the last time was when there was an oil refinery. I think in Saudi Arabia was bombed. One of my friends, strangely, was actually visiting Saudi Arabia when it happened, and yeah, he actually had a video of it years ago. But obviously, that's me waffling. But yes, that's one thing that Donald Trump is being accused of this morning: market manipulation. Because obviously crashing the price of oil, well, not really crashing it, but getting it back below 100 is what he's good at. Look, we all know he's good at it. So obviously that is, yeah, one thing that he's pretty good at. As irritating as it is for everyone, it was a good job we were out of this yesterday. So why am I buying the dollar? All right, you've got to think the intent of this move here. All right, the aggression, everything. I'm going to change this back to white. I don't like green. And I want to change it back to there we go. Right, the aggression of this candle here, all right, was massive. Now, if this was, supposed to continue, yeah, all right, then we should have expected the dollar to be trading down here. All right, aggressively, trading back down around 98,500. The fact it made this move within 5 minutes and it's not broken below, we can obviously, say that this is just pure, market manipulation. It's not got any effect on current price, structure. So if we were to ignore this candle, this bit of price action here, all right, we can do top to bottom. We'll be completely fair here. Should actually be here. All right. And if price was here, would we be looking at gold in a downtrend? No, because we've had, something in regards to, we've obviously had it. Actually, it would look different to that. Sorry, it would be on top of that because we've risen up slightly. So we would be trading here around 100, something like that. We'd probably be in the middle here. All right, so we'd still be above 100. Yeah. All right. So these are obviously things that we've got to take into, consideration, especially obviously when candles happen, like this. You got to almost ignore them when you wake up in the morning. Yes, if 99 breaks, all right, if this level here breaks, I will be fully on board to start to, sell the dollar again. But obviously, until that time, I'm judging this big candle here. I'm ignoring it. All right, because it's pure, market manipulation. And yeah, you can see in regards to oil, before obviously that candle happened, oil was trading above 100. After it happens, it's trading in the 80s. All right, who does that benefit? Trump. All right, nobody else. All right, so it drove yields down. Similar thing. All right, if we go on a 5 minute time frame here, and we ignore this candle here, so we box up this candle here. All right, and then we box up the rest of it. So we're going to box up this here. All right. So that is markets. We're going to get rid of this. Where would markets be trading? Probably just below. So let's have a look here. We'd be trading around here. All right. We'd still be happy. Yields would be, at obviously the highs. Yeah. All right, you kind of getting the drift here. But what is gonna, what it obviously looks like is, because of this big candle here, that obviously price is dumping, trend is changing. That's not happening. Same thing happened with, stocks, stock market. You must have money in some stocks because they all flew yesterday. But obviously still, declining, even, uh, Tesla did 3.5% yesterday, so Elon Musk, happy man. But obviously, you can see how hard stocks are being hit. Like it is hard. All right, so these are obviously all things we've got to take into consideration here. Right, let's have a look at what we've got coming up for today. Hopefully, my computer's on a right slow mo. I think I need to update it. We got PMI data for euro and pound. Not really worried too much. Pretty happy. Um, I don't think these are going to change anything. We've then got some jobs data. And then we've obviously got PMI for the US dollar, supposedly coming in around about where it's supposed to be, so I don't think there'll be any surprises. It'll be interesting. We'll probably get a bit of an inclination of how the US dollar is going to open up. I think that their inflation is high, so I do think PMI is going to be slightly higher. So let's wait and see. But I think everyone's PMI is going to be high. The interesting one here will be the pound because obviously it's predicted to be a little bit lower. But remember, anything above 50 is expanding economy. Anything below 50 is worse. So even if this come out of 51, it'll be fine. If it comes out 49, then obviously that means that the economy is deflating. So yeah. Right. Looking into what we've got today. Looking into what we've got today. We'll start off with gold. All right, pretty happy. Nice rejection out of our area. Let's have a look at this on a little bit of a lower time frame here. Remember, I've edited. I'm going to show you the areas of where I want stuff to turn. All right, but obviously we were doing three entries. We're now only doing one because I wanted to save a bit of confusion for everyone. And I actually want quality, even more quality over quantity here. And so in a nice bit of profit, I actually let gold trigger and then I entered manually. So I actually managed to get in at 4424. So pretty happy with that one. But yeah, just gotta wait and see. You can see here with gold. Yes, we obviously had this big pump up here, but what's trend starting to do here? All right, we're still. I do think this area here is going to get challenged, but let's wait and see. What happens here. We then got pound. So obviously pound here rejecting beautifully from our zone and our entry point. So really happy about that one. Euro, another one rejecting beautifully. All right, nice bit of profit that one too. Then we've got the other two. Now, this is obviously where we do have to take into consideration. Yes, this one would have triggered previously. It would have been absolutely spot on, but we're going to miss out because obviously this is our entry here. But actually, I actually quite like as I've got older, I prefer watching. If I planned something out and I planned an area and I think someone's going to reject out of this area. I've planned it. It's rejected, spot on. I'm actually really happy, and I can enjoy watching it even though I'm not in it. And obviously USDJPY too. We've got obviously our entry here. So it's just kind of playing its cards a bit slowly, at the moment. Obviously, similar thing had this massive dump off yesterday. Along with everything else, so obviously let's wait and see. This is probably one that I'm a bit not dubious of because you can see on a 30 minute starting to form trend, the obviously the Highest probability is that this is going to trend to the upside, but let's wait and see what happens here. But that is round about what we are looking at this morning. I'm happy. I know you guys can't see this, but yeah, I'm in some good profit. So yeah, really happy. Does anyone have any questions? Does anyone have any questions, or is everybody happy? The main thing is that everyone's happy. That's obviously how we like to play it out. But yeah, am I still in the trades? Yes, I am. And so yeah, I'm gonna hold a little bit. I'm gonna be a bit cooler, a bit calmer. Remember, it's only quarter past 8, but I also want everyone to remember that when you have, hit a target. So remember, everyone should have a target. And obviously, this isn't something that you should have in concrete because otherwise it's going to stop you from closing out. But obviously, you've got to have a daily goal. Otherwise, what are you trading for? All right. I do believe, in everything. You have got to have a goal because you're more likely to achieve it than obviously not. Yeah. Sorry, Greg's just put a meme. Yeah. Yeah, true. Do you know what? This world is just getting stupid now because I feel like this has always happened. Manipulation has always happened, all right? But we are kind of in a world where the guys who have been manipulating for years have been kind of hiding it. Now they don't even care. They don't even care. They'll just manipulate it. Obviously, we're gonna buy a load of oil, right? Trump posts we're friends with Iran. The price of oil goes woo. Stupid, really stupid. But anyway, right, I hope everyone has a great Tuesday. We're obviously on point. We're cool, we're calm, we're calculating. Obviously, hopefully, it's obviously one entry and a pinnacle entry will obviously help. You guys know that obviously I'm always going to keep working hard to obviously make sure that everyone understands everything. So yeah, Greg, forget yields and everything else. Trump is the biggest. Yeah, do you know what? He's actually horrible as president for an FX trader because he could just wake up in the morning, in a bad mood and be like, you know what, I'm gonna bomb the UK, or I'm gonna fall out with Spain, or he's just like a, oh my God, it makes it so hard. But anyway, this is obviously what we've got to do, deal with. One thing it does is creates volatility, which is what we want. So yeah, all we've got to do is be roughly in the right direction majority of the time, and we're all going to make money. So, right, have a great day, everyone. And yeah, we'll smash it. I will be posting this afternoon's trades at 12:30. So yeah, be ready, guys. Let's go.